Claudia. Great to see you
Great
again.
to see you again. How are you doing?
Good. How are you? How was the weekend?
It was great, thank you.
Yeah. Has your family already moved into the U.S.? Your kids?
Not yet. They're getting ready. Yeah, they're gonna leave this weekend, so getting all ready. Yes. How about you?
Good, good. I'm actually staying this weekend, so if you have any recommendations for me to do here in Singapore.
For sure. What are you looking for to do?
I'm not sure. I have some friends coming over, so maybe some drinks, or what do you suggest?
Oh yes. Oh, there are tons of places. Nightlife is very active here, so maybe you can go to Marina Bay Sands, to Deja Vu. It's a very great place. You have the city
I'll write that down actually.
skyline. It's very nice. You also have level 33.
I've heard great things about that one.
Yeah, it's really good. You have you have the view of the city of the bay, which is great. You can also go to Clarke Quay. You have different choices: restaurants, drinks, bar.
Key.
Yeah.
Alright, so yeah, that sounds pretty fun. I'm gonna look into that. Well, I want to thank you again for agreeing to meet with me. I'm really excited for what I have in store for you, and I think you will enjoy it.
Oh, let's see. Let's hear it.
But before I begin, I'd like to touch some key topics on what we spoke about the last meeting and just really what our team has been working on to create a product that's specific to you. Does that sound okay for you?
Yes, please.
Great. So the main focus that we talked about last meeting was about the weather, more specifically about heat. We talked about how the changes in weather here, it's not specifically the outdoor weather, but it's also not adapting to the heat outside, and also the air conditionings in shopping malls and in workplaces, which is really challenging.
Correct.
And we see the struggle being where you don't really know what outfit you choose to wear because it's either too hot or too cold.
Correct.
Correct? Yes. We also talked about the clothing habits that we see in Singapore and how it's different to the US. People here choose to be more professional and more elegant, whereas in the US it is more comfort.
Exactly.
And they choose to have more active wear in their routines, right? At the end of the meeting, you also had reminded me about the traveling culture here in Singapore and how it's a flying hub. And so we really started to focus that in our creation that we have for you today.
Yes.
Now, I do want to say early on that if you ever have some questions, concerns, or maybe a new idea that you want to put on the plate today, please feel free to interrupt me throughout this entire meeting.
Thank you.
Great. So are you ready to hear what we have in store for Lululemon Singapore?
Yes, very.
Okay. So our creation was solely generated on the comments and the ideas that you as VP product purchasing for Lululemon had for us in the last meeting. And so we want to ensure that Lululemon maintains the iconic mantra that it already has, but also because of smart comfort. I'm pleased to introduce you with our new line called Smart Comfort Dryline. So what do you think of this new name? What do you think it entails?
Yeah, actually, it targets both needs. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, well, let me break this down for you. Dryline is a line that Beltex already has. So it incorporates a dry, cool comfort textile that has two parts of it. It incorporates the soft cotton, whereas it also incorporates the dryness of polyester, which keeps you cool and fresh. It's very breathable, it's easy to care, which I know that Lululemon really has a passion of making sure that the clothes that you wear is maintainable. And the fabric is also absorbs the sweat and the moisture, so you won't ever feel clammy, you won't ever feel the sweat. And it also covers up the odor that you may have throughout the day.
Oh, wow.
We also acknowledge that the markets in Singapore is very different to the US, and so we wanted to make sure that our products focus the professional and the elegant side that Singapore really encompasses, which is why our dryline will come up with a new activewear where it makes sure it covers 3 different activities throughout the day. The first one being the daily routines where you run your errands, the other one being when you go to work and you have a full day of meetings, and then lastly, your workouts, whatever time that you choose to have. And we want to make sure here that our focus is that you won't have to lug around a bag where you need a change of clothes for your workout or for your work day, because the outfit that you choose to wear that day with Dryline Smart Comfort will make sure that you can wear the outfit throughout all of the activities that you need.
Oh, that's great.
Yes.
So you can even bike to your office and not being sweaty.
Exactly.
Mm.
Well, we can do this because of our advanced technology, Claudia, because in Singapore, like I had mentioned to you, our distributors are here. So their expertise in the heat is phenomenal, and you won't find it anywhere else. Now, at this time, I'd like to ask you what you think. What questions you have, what comments, maybe methods of improvement that you see from now.
Well, actually, I really like the idea. However, I must say that I'm struggling to understand what the fabric will feel like and look like.
Right, I thought you might think that, which is why I brought some samples for you in today. So this right here is really what the dry line texture will feel like. If you notice, it is a little bit softer than the Lululemon products that you guys already
Very
have.
light.
It is very light, yes. But it's smoother because this texture will be able to absorb the sweat and the odor that I had mentioned before. So it focuses on the dry fit that you guys have already.
Very nice.
But at the same time, this is an example of what an outfit would look like. So you can tell that you'll be able to wear it on your daily errands, your work, and then it is really fashionable to wear while you're working out.
It's very cute.
Yes, so you can have this to look at.
Thank you. Let's look. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, actually, I'm very intrigued by the idea. I believe that Lululemon Singapore can really benefit from this. However, I must say I'm a bit skeptical for the reason why to be also partnering with your customers' competition.
Right. I understand why you have concerns and those reservations, and I think I would be too if I were in your shoes, especially if we are just recently developing this relationship.
Right.
But however, I'd like to say that Beltex is driven by the people whom we surround ourselves with. We believe that we can better function a community if we surround ourselves with people that we see have a bright future, and we think that Lululemon really has that. Now, if you would like, I can also make sure that my assistant sends your assistant testimonies of our client that can truly advocate for our motives, if that will make you feel better.
Yes. Thank you for clearing that up. I really like what you say.
Really?
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. I must believe that in your product for my company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what do you say, Claudia? Shall we make a deal?
What do you suggest?
Well, I suggest that ordering the Smart Comfort dry line for one season for Lululemon. And I say this because I want to make sure that you see the experience that you have with Singapore and its new customers, and I want you to make sure that you have a tracking of how your customers are reacting to the product. And I've also, just to step ahead of the game a little bit, I've also spoken to your secretary and done my own personal research of how you manage your pricing with your distributors, just to make sure that I am providing, I would say, a fair and advantage for the pricing system. So you can have a look at that and see what you think.
Yeah. Sounds appropriate. Yeah.
Good. I'm glad that you think that. So then the next step is I'm sure that you must be asking, how fast can this get delivered? Well, thankfully, like I mentioned before, our manufacturers are in Singapore. So I've spoken to them directly already and asked them how fast this can be done for a season's worth of items. And I'm glad to say that it can be done in a quick 6 weeks.
Oh, well, I think this a deal likes.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
But I also want to say that I want to assure that whenever the shipping is ready, the products are ready and ready to be shipped, I want to be there to make sure that everything is in line, everything is as both of us had agreed on. And if you have any questions, concerns, or don't like the way something looks specifically, you can directly speak to me so that I can make the changes as fast as possible.
Yeah, let's work together on this. Yes. I like that.
Great. Well, I'm very glad that you've liked everything, and I want to make sure that that all the results will be as I promise and you'll be very happy. And Lululemon Singapore will be very happy with the results.
Yeah, great. Let's make this happen.
Great. I'm so glad we're making this deal.
Thank you so much.
Of course, you will not be upset with the results.
Let's
You'll be
hope.
very happy.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.